This is Joni, and I'm doing Chapter 5 from Teaching Through Text, Reading and Writing in the Content Areas. And this chapter is over building prior knowledge. Education is built on the rubble of prior knowledge. So everything that we know stays and becomes known knowledge, not just prior knowledge anymore. So, how do we judge if a student's prior knowledge is enough? Well, we assess them in informal ways. You have them draw what you know, create something from what you know, demonstrate what you know, make a mind map, list keywords, interview your classmates to find out what they know. Those are all great ways to do that. And on middleweb.com, I found these charts, a KWHL chart and a link chart. K, what I know or think I know. W, what I want to learn. H, how I can learn this. L, what I learned. And then the link one is list everything you know. I, inquire about what you want to know. N, now we're going to take notes. And K, what do you know now? What is the outcome of what we've learned? From Edtopia, for firing up those minds and tapping into prior knowledge, we want to image brainstorm. We want to use the KWL chart like I showed you up above from Middleweb. This one just doesn't have the H in it. Use picture books. There's tons of picture books, and kids of all ages, even high school kids, probably may grumble about it, but they would enjoy it. ABC brainstorming, class brainstorming web. Get the whole class involved, and that way some of your shyer students will participate. Edtopia has quite a few great strategies and stuff for us to look at and use. Some other strategies: common sense inventory, background knowledge probe, a gallery walk, a minute paper, blackboard quizzes and surveys. But when we do these types of things to assess what the student knows prior to our lesson, that we find out what their prior knowledge is on the subject, you have to be sure that you are communicating that the assessment is not graded, and do not require students to put their name on the assessment. With technology being a huge thing in our system today, use a classroom response system, and it will take that data and graph it out for you so you know where the students are, and you know that that one student isn't grasping any of it, so you can explain it in a way that may strengthen other students' prior knowledge but help that one student catch up. And you should always do the assessment yourself to make sure the questions make sense. Always double check your work before you do it. I have had so many teachers not do that, and the questions just do not make sense. And that is from cte.cornell.edu. Now that we know what prior knowledge our students have, now that we've assessed that, how do we build on that prior knowledge? Well, my daddy was a Mason, and so it is very easy for me to link the information about prior knowledge to what my dad did and what I watched him do while I was growing up. Prior knowledge is the foundation, and new content knowledge are the bricks and mortar that are placed upon that foundation. So we start with a foundation which is our prior knowledge, and we build on that. We build a house on that. We build a fence on it. I mean, whatever is being built, we're building it on that foundation of prior knowledge. And one way that we can do this is by scaffolding. Scaffolding has been used for 5,000 years to provide access areas for building and decorating structures taller than people who work on them. Scaffolding can also assist students to a higher understanding of content. So when we scaffold, ways to do this from edtopia.org is show and tell, model. When you model things for your students, they grasp what they're supposed to be doing. It's more explicit to them. Be sure that you're tapping into prior knowledge. Give the students time to talk. Give them time to talk it through and process that information. Pre-teach your vocabulary. If there are new words that they are needing to learn, pre-teach it to them. That way they are aware when they're reading or whatever they're doing for the lesson, they're aware of those new words that they will be coming up to. Use visual aids, use your anchor charts, graphic organizers, anything to help sort the new information. So that way the student can process it. Be sure that you're pausing, asking questions. You're pausing and you're reviewing every so often throughout your lesson, because that gives the students a minute to think, okay, was this clear? Do I really understand this? That way, when you're building that brick wall on that foundation, they have a chance to grasp the new knowledge that they're needing for that content. And try something new. All diverse learners need experimentation on them, because what works for one may not work for the other 19 students in your classroom. So find new ways to scaffold information. Build that. Make sure that that wall is decorated with lots of knowledge. Once we assess what they know prior to our lesson, and then once we teach them the new information, how do I assess students' new knowledge at the end of the lesson? There are some great ways to do this. Homeworkopoly. This is good to use throughout the school year. Build on questions that you've taught your students in the content areas throughout the school year. Students love this. The teacher that I observed yesterday used this in her classroom, and the kids were so excited about it. They want to get quiet. They want to get to where they're able to play the game, because it is one person at a time, and you have those 20 kids all wanting to be sure that they get their turn. And prizes for this game, simple. Candy. She was telling me that they get to sit in one of her 3 chairs, her teacher chairs. They get to trade desks with another student. I mean, very, very simple rewards for this game. And the kids absolutely love it. They had so much fun while I get to watch them do this game. But Homeworkopoly, check it out. You can Google it. Brain checks, just a quick check. And by doing these brain checks at the end of the lesson, you know what you need to supplement next time. Quick writes. A lot of the time this is done for like giving students a prompt and having them write a quick story. Well, you can do a quick write, give the students an open-ended question to answer about the content you taught them that day. Give them time to think for 1 minute and give them 3 minutes to write everything they learned, or, to answer your open-ended question. Again, polls and quizzes. You can do these with the technology in your classroom. So today I will leave you with how much knowledge you gain depends on your willingness to learn. So what you put into it is what you get out of it. And I hope that my effort in this video helps you understand how we build on prior knowledge and how we assess it both before and after. So I will see you next time.